Hello guys, this is Shivam once again. Now today we'll be dealing with goal programming. It is again a very simple concept if you understand it once, obviously. Now suppose we are given this is a simple linear programming problem in which our purpose is to maximize the profit, that is 7x plus 6x2. This x1 is the number of units produced of chandelier and x2 is the number of units produced of the ceiling fans. A company produces these two products. Now the subjected to constraints are these are the resource constraint. Say this might be of some operation, this might be for some other operation. So 2x1 plus 3x2 should be less than equal to 12, and the similar condition for this. Now what do we actually do in goal programming is, here my purpose is to maximize my profit. Now suppose the company tells me that you have a target to achieve a profit of 30, neither more neither less. So what will so this positive and negative, what do we will we call them? Those will be deviations from achieving a profit of 30. So if you will underachieve it, then we will denote that deviation by d1 minus. If you underachieve that profit, it is denoted by overachieve. Yeah, sorry, overachieved, it is denoted by d1 plus. Similarly, this target is nothing but a goal that you need to achieve. This is nothing but a goal that a company has. Now other goals could be, say this is resource 1, this is resource 2. Now other goal should be to properly utilize this resource, no, neither underutilize nor overutilizing in terms कि आपने ओवर टाइम करा लिया किसी वर्कर से, सो वो ओवर यूटिलाइजेशन होगा, अपने को वो भी नहीं करना है. तो इन द सिमिलर वे the deviations will be for this particular case will be d2 minus and d2 plus. Now how did this equation come? So here my purpose is to to attain exactly 30 of profit. So I'll put a finger on this is equals to. Now if it is an underachievement, that is d1 minus, then the LHS will be something lesser than 30, say 28. Now to make this equation equalize, I need to add up that 2. So I will add up that d1 minus. That's why the d1 minus will come up with a positive sign. Now again, if I overachieved this, then the LHS will become something more than 30, say 32. So I will have to deduct that 2 to equalize the situation. That's why the overachieved deviation will be subtracted. That's why the overall equation will become 7x1 plus 6x2 plus d1 minus plus d1 plus is equals to 30. Similarly, if I underutilize the resource, the first resource, then I won't be able to utilize the entire 12. So it will be something say 10. Then I will need to add up that remaining 2. So that why underachieved will be added and the overachieved will be subtracted. The same will be for this. Now this I am leaving to do it with you. Now the fourth, these are the actual goals that are provided in front of us. First goal, first goal is to achieve a profit of 30. The second is about some resource 1. The third is about some resource 2. Now the fourth says to meet the contract requirement to produce at least 7 ceiling fans. So I need to produce at least 7 of x2. So here I have written it wrong. X2 will be 7. Now, what will happen? How will I
This
show
is
the
on page number 505 of your spiral, QDM spiral.
now here underachievement will be if I produce something less than 6. So to equalize the situation, less than 7, say 6. So to equalize, I will have to add up that underutilized, say 1. So it will become x2 plus d4 minus 4 because it's my goal 4 minus d4 plus, say the company says you need not produce anything more than 7. So if by chance you produce 8, then to equalize the situation you need to subtract that overutilization. So this is how the goal works. Now comes priority. A company may have a numerous goals, but the priority of those goals will vary. In our case, they have given us the priority P1 to reach a profit as much above. This above term to be is very important to be noticed. Above 30, that is, we what is it not allowing us to do? Underachievement. It tells us not to underachieve. Now, fully utilize wiring department hours. Fully utilize means, again, there should be no underachievement. What I am writing here are what we need to minimize. Now, the third is avoiding assembly department overtime. That is, we need not do any overachievement in this particular resource. And the last is to produce at least 7 fans. We can produce more, but not less than. So there should be no underachievement of my goal. Now these are what I need to minimize, but the priority for them, priority associated with them are P1, P2, P3, P4. So what I will actually minimize is P1, D1 minus into P1, D2 minus into P2, D3 plus into P3, and D4 minus into P4, and the addition sign will be there. So my new objective now, instead of this main objective, now it has become, according to goal programming, is to minimize P1 D1 minus. I have shown you why D1 minus. We have already covered it. Plus D2 into D2 minus plus D3 into D3 plus. Now let's do what will come into this bracket of D4. P4. What it is asking us is, in the fifth goal, produce at least 7 ceiling fans. More can do, but not less than. So there should be no underachievement. So here it will come D4 minus. So this is how you prepare the new objective function, and these will be your subjected to constraints. Now solution of goal programming problem graphically. As I said, this became your new objective function and subjected to constraint. This was initially your maximization objective function, but it has now become a subjected to constraint. Uh, okay. Now let us start solving it. What we need to do, we will one by one start plotting these constraints. So first I will plot the constraint number 1. So 7x1 plus 6x2. When you will plot this on a graph, you will get this particular line. So till now we have done what we have done. We have plot this line. 7x1 plus 6x2 is equals to 30. Now what do I need to minimize? What does my minimization says? I need to minimize d1 minus. It means the area that I will choose will be something other than d1 minus and not d1 minus. So all the area below this line will be deviation, will be less than what I want to achieve, so it will be underachieving. So I will cut this part out of my solution, so I'll be remaining with this shaded region. Okay, now let us plot the another constraint. The second constraint is 2x1 plus 3x2 plus d2 minus this particular, not this for now, this will come later. In plotting we do not use this, so I will be plotting 2x1 plus 3x2 is equals to 12. Put some value of x1, get a point, put some value of x2, get some another point, and plot it. So you will get this second line. Now what will be the feasible region? Here. This again wants us to, what do we have to minimize? D2 minus. It means I will be choosing something other than D2 minus, that is D2 plus. So my feasible region will become again the upward part. This is D2 minus, this is D2 plus. So this became the common region at present. Now our third goal. Third goal says 6x1 plus 5x2 plus only this one. We will plot this. So the third will be plotted and we will obtain this line. In this particular diagram, it has plotted both the third and the fourth both at the same time. So this is our third one. Now what it wants us to minimize is not the negative but positive, that it don't want any overachievement. अपने को ओवर टाइम नहीं करना है, तो प्लस मिनिमाइज करना है, तो व्हाट वी विल चूज माइनस पार्ट. सो ये वाले पार्ट को अपन छोड़ देंगे और माइनस पार्ट से डील करेंगे. सो इफ वी आर डीलिंग विद दीज थ्री, देन वी आर गेटिंग अ feasible रीजन ऑफ दिस मच. So any point lying on this area will give me the optimum solution. But it has another constraint, that is the fourth one. That is, I need to achieve 7 ceiling fans. Now x2 is equals to 7 is coming here, and it wants us to at least means there cannot be any underachievement, but there can be overachievement. So this became my shaded region. Now you will see that there is no overlap between these two shaded regions. So there is no possible solution for us to take care of all the four constraints. So what we will do is, अपन बस ये कोशिश करेंगे कि इस पर्टिकुलर रीजन का एक ऐसा पॉइंट जो इस पर्टिकुलर कंस्ट्रेंट को ज्यादा से ज्यादा रीच करता हो. आप ये देखोगे ये जो पॉइंट है 6, ये इस रीजन की बॉर्डर पे लाई कर रहा है. सो इट इज एक्चुअली द वन ऑफ द ऑप्टिमल. तो ये इस 7 के सबसे क्लोज है. सो वी विल चूज दिस पॉइंट एज आर ऑप्टिमम सॉल्यूशन. नाउ व्हाट डज दिस सेज? This says that now this says that x2 we are producing 6, and x1 we are producing x2 we are producing 6, and x1 we are producing 0. This is what this point tells us. Now but we need to find all the values. Now in this first equation we will put x2 is equals to 0, x1 x2 is equals to 6, and x1 is equals to 0. So we will get here, I'll do it for you, 7x1 plus 6x2 plus d1 minus plus sorry, here is some mistake I think, minus d1 plus is equals to 30. Now here this became 0. So so this whole will become 0 plus 36 plus d1 minus d1 plus is equals to 30. Now as you can see, this is itself 36. So there is no underachievement actually. There is only overachievement. So d1 minus will automatically become 0. And that is what we wanted to do. We wanted to minimize d1 minus. That's why d1 minus is automatically 0, and d2 and d1 plus will be 6 in this particular case. So d1 minus is 0, d1 plus is 6. In the same way, you need to put x1 and x2 in all these situations, and you will get the values for the deviations. Now towards the end, you will see that in this fourth constraint, when you will put in the fourth constraint, when you will put x2 is equals to 6, you will see that there will be an underachievement, say d4 minus of 1. Now when we will put all these values in this particular situation, we will find that this particular thing will become 0, this will become 0, this will become 0, but this still will remain p4 into 1. So this will be our final solution, that there will be a deviation of 1. This is how we will portray it. So it ends here. So this is how you can solve a goal programming problem. Thanks for
प्रायोरिटी
watching
अगर
this
प्रायोरिटी नहीं दिए तो फिर कैसे
video.
करें?
Priority, there it will always be given.
ये रहेगा.
Priority will always be given.
ओके, फाइन.
Okay, thank you.